There have been some insane moments in the history of One Piece, but what is the best moment from every arc? Well, that's what we'll go over in today's video. So let's just kick things off with the very first arc, Romance Dawn. Here we see Luffy send Alvida flying, Rika giving Zoro rice balls when he's tied up by the Marines and starving. But the best moment of this arc, that's got to be Shanks giving Luffy his straw hat. It's such an iconic moment, and it's the moment that kicks off Luffy's entire journey to become the Pirate King. It's not just a hat, it's a symbol of Shanks' belief in Luffy and a promise that Luffy'll one day return it. Moving to the next arc, we reach Orange Town. While Luffy's fight with Captain Buggy ends with a hilarious kick to Buggy's family jewels, the best moment of this arc happened just before that. It's the moment where Luffy gives Choo-Choo, the dog, the last bag of dog food from his master's shop. Choo-Choo tried to protect his owner's pet shop, fighting Moji and Richie to defend it, but he was defeated and ultimately had to watch the shop burn down. So Luffy, seeing the dog's sadness, takes down both Moji and Richie in retribution. Then, after the fight, he gives Choo-Choo the last bag of food from the shop, turning this moment into the emotional core of the arc, which is why it's gotta take the win here. Next up, we have the Syrup Village arc, and the best moment here is definitely when the Straw Hats are gifted the Going Merry by Merry himself, after they save the village from Captain Kuro and the Black Cat pirates. What makes this moment so special is that the Going Merry became more than just a ship. It was a home and even a friend to the crew. The love they had for her even brought her to life, becoming a genuine crew member. So this moment is absolutely the best in this arc. Now, we get to the Baratie arc, and there are definitely some epic moments here, like Mihawk's dramatic arrival at the floating restaurant, or Luffy's epic punch through Don Krieg's spike shield to take him down. But the absolute best moment of this arc, Zoro's promise to never lose again. After getting totally humiliated by Mihawk in their duel, Zoro's left bruised and defeated. But instead of staying down, he uses this loss as motivation. He raises his sword and promises Luffy he'll never lose again until he becomes the world's greatest swordsman. That moment, just iconic. Moving on to the Arlong Park arc, and what's the best moment in this arc? Well, you probably know exactly what I'm thinking about. The legendary walk to Arlong Park. After Nami's heart-wrenching breakdown, stabbing her Arlong pirate tattoo and asking Luffy for help, Luffy places his hat on her head. Then, without missing a beat, Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, and Usopp march to Arlong Park, determination in every step. No need for anything to be said, they all know what needs to be done. It's one of those scenes that gives you chills and perfectly captures the bond of the Straw Hat crew. Next up is the Log Town arc. And while there are some iconic moments, like when Luffy's father, Monkey D. Dragon, swoops in to save him from Smoker, there's one moment that's even more iconic. Luffy smiling in the face of death. As Buggy's blade is about to strike during Luffy's execution, instead of panicking or begging for mercy, Luffy just grins. That smile captures his unwavering determination, resilience, and the essence of who he is. Someone who chases his dreams without regret, even when staring death in the eye. As the Straw Hats make their way to the Grand Line, we reach the Reverse Mountain arc. Although it's a brief arc, there's a truly emotional moment that takes the spot as the best in this arc, Luffy's promise to Laboon. After learning about Laboon's heartbreaking story, waiting decades for a pirate crew that said they would return to him, Luffy challenges Laboon to a duel. He then declares their fight as a tie, and once he's sailed around the world, he'll come back to fight Laboon again. This moment literally saved Laboon's life, as it gives him a reason to stop smashing his head against the mountain. So, without a doubt, it's the most emotional and impactful moment of this short arc. Reaching the first island on the Grand Line, we have the Whiskey Peak arc. And when it comes to the best moment in this arc, there's no doubt about it. Zoro facing off against 100 Baroque Works members. This is Zoro at his peak, taking on an entire town of bounty hunters who thought they could mess with the Straw Hats. And the best part, he's doing it all by himself, protecting his crewmates without them even knowing what's going on. Not only is this a badass moment for us viewers, but the whole world later hears about the swordsman who took on 100 bounty hunters by himself, making it an iconic moment all around. Next up, we get the Little Garden arc, and while we do have the epic moment where Dory and Brogy take down the Island Eater with their ultimate attack to save the Straw Hats, the best moment in this arc is Sanji talking to Crocodile. When Sanji stumbles upon Mr. Three's hideout, he intercepts a call from Crocodile himself, pretends to be Mr. Three, and coolly reassures Crocodile that everything is going according to plan, that Luffy and the crew are out of the picture, and no reinforcements are needed. This moment is so clutch. And of course, Mr. Prince is born. So it's definitely the best moment in this arc. Now let's talk about the Drum Island arc, and the best moment here has to be Luffy protecting Dr. Hiruluk's Jolly Roger. When Wapol tries to shoot both Luffy and Hiruluk's flag down, Luffy stands his ground, holding the flag high. He may be an idiot at times, but scenes like these show his true pirate spirit and why he's a formidable captain. I know, the moment when Luffy climbs the mountain is also an iconic one, as he literally almost died by carrying both Nami and Sanji up the mountain. But this moment just edges it out as the winner. Finally, the crew reaches Alabasta, and there are so many epic moments in this arc. Like Luffy meeting his brother Ace, or the emotional scene of digging for water with the old man, which should absolutely be up there with the best moments of this arc. Oh, and of course, Vivi desperately screaming, "Stop fighting!" is also unforgettable. But the best moment happens right at the end. It's absolutely Vivi's farewell. After everything she and the Straw Hats went through to save her country, it's time for her to say goodbye. She asks if she'll still be their friend, but since they can't show their connection to her because of the Marines, they all turn their backs on her. So, Vivi's crushed. But then, without saying a word, they all raise their arms and show their X marks, showing that no matter what, they'll always be friends. So, while they go their separate ways, the bond they share remains unbreakable. Moving on to the Jaya arc, and this arc's got two iconic moments. First, Luffy one-shotting Bellamy. After Bellamy attacked Cricket, Luffy knocked him out with a single punch, showing his insane strength and loyalty to his friends. Then we have Blackbeard's iconic "People's dreams never end" speech. After Nami carries Luffy and Zoro out of the bar, they bump into Blackbeard again on the street, and he drops this legendary speech about dreams never dying. It's a moment that stuck with fans, even outside of One Piece. So, which moment was the better one? It's gotta be Blackbeard's speech. Even though Luffy's punch was awesome, Blackbeard's speech takes the win because of the impact this speech had to a lot of One Piece fans. Reaching the Sky Island, we get to the Skypiea arc, and the best moment? Well, we're all suckers for the cool moments, so Sanji's "I needed a light" moment takes the win here. After sneaking onto Enel's Arc Maxim, Sanji saves Usopp and Nami from certain death, taking a direct hit from Enel's electricity, and delivers one of the most badass one-liners in the series. So, Sanji's iconic one-liner gotta take the win here. Now, the arc you've all been waiting for, the Long Ring Long Land arc, and the best moment? It's gotta be Afro Luffy enters the Davy Back fight. I mean, come on, how can you not love Afro Luffy? So, yeah, Afro Luffy. Do I even have to say more? Well, I didn't think so, so let's continue to the Water 7 arc. And let's talk about Usopp versus Luffy, which is hands down the best moment in this arc. Usopp challenges Luffy over the fate of the Going Merry, as he feels betrayed because Luffy wants to let it go, and he's not ready to say goodbye. It's heartbreaking because these two are best friends, and seeing them clash like this, each standing for something different, hits hard. So it's gotta be the best moment of this arc. After Water 7, we of course get to the Enies Lobby arc, and I know you're all thinking that Robin's iconic "I Wanna Live" moment would be the winner here, but not really. There is one moment that is even better and more important than this iconic moment. It's the moment Sogeking shoots down the world government's flag, because by doing this, Luffy and the Straw Hats are declaring war against the entire world government to save their crew member and friend, showing us just how far the crew is willing to go for each other. So yeah, that moment has to be the winner here. After Enies Lobby, the crew returns to Water 7 and enters the post-Enies Lobby arc. And the best moment here is, of course, Luffy's reunion with Garp and the big reveal about his dad. This scene is packed with bombshells. As first, the Straw Hats meet Luffy's grandfather, the Marine hero Monkey D. Garp, who shows up and smacks Luffy on the head. Then Garp drops the massive bomb. Luffy's dad is none other than the world's most wanted criminal and the leader of the Revolutionary Army, Monkey D. Dragon. And not only was the entire crew shocked, Luffy himself didn't even know he had a dad. So, this moment is absolutely the best in this arc. Moving on to the Thriller Bark arc, and I don't even need to tell you the best moment in this arc, it's obviously Zoro's iconic "Nothing Happened" moment. After taking down Moria, Kuma shows up to take Luffy's head. He then uses his insane Paw fruit powers, but Zoro continues to fight for his captain. Kuma then offers Zoro a deal. If Zoro takes on all of Luffy's pain, Kuma will leave Luffy alone. So without hesitation, Zoro agrees, knowing it will most likely kill him. Later, when the crew wakes up and Sanji finds Zoro covered in blood, he asks what happened. And everyone, not only One Piece fans like us, knows exactly what he said in this moment. So yeah, This moment was always going to be the winner here. Alright, moving on to the Saba Odi Archipelago arc, and the best moment here? No question. It's Luffy punching a celestial dragon. This moment gives you chills every time you see it. When Charlos is about to shoot Hachan, Luffy steps up to protect him. So instead, Charlos starts to shoot at Luffy, but Luffy dodges, walks right up to him, and bam! Punches Charlos right in the face and sends him flying. And everyone is of course stunned, because, as you know, attacking a celestial dragon is pretty much a death sentence. But Luffy doesn't care. He'll do anything to protect his friends, and this moment truly proves it. After being sent away by Kuma, Luffy ends up at Amazon Lily, and the best moment here is, of course, Luffy showing off his family jewels. No, I'm just kidding. It's of course Luffy using Conqueror's Haki for the first time. During the fight against Sandersonia and Marigold, Luffy unintentionally unleashes his Conqueror's Haki when he screamed at Marigold to not smash Marguerite into pieces. So not only did he save Marguerite, but he even shocked the Pirate Empress, as she realized that Luffy possesses this rare kingly power. So, no doubt the best moment in this arc. After falling in love with Luffy, she helps him make his way to Impel Down to rescue Ace. So what's the best moment in the Impel Down arc? Well, it's easily Bon Clay's sacrifice. Bon Clay proves time and time again why he's one of the most loyal allies in the series, but this moment takes it to another level, as he helps Luffy survive Magellan's deadly poison by getting him to Ivankov. But Bon Clay didn't stop there, because when it's time for everyone to escape, Bon Clay makes the ultimate sacrifice, staying behind at Impel Down to open the gates and let Luffy and the others make their way to Marineford. It's absolutely one of the most emotional moments in the entire series, so it's a no-brainer for it to be the best moment of this arc. Making their way to the Marineford arc, and this arc is absolutely packed with unforgettable moments. From Luffy face-to-face against the three admirals, showing his unshakable determination to save his brother, to the gut-wrenching moment of Ace's death, which hit harder than almost anything in the series. Then there's Shanks stopping the war, making both pirates and marines stand down with just his presence. But, as iconic as these moments were, there's only one moment that could be the real winner in this chaotic arc. The moment of Whitebeard's legendary declaration, "The One Piece is real." This line shook the world, and his final words set the stage for a new generation of pirates, reigniting dreams and chaos all over the seas. So, literal chills every time. Okay, let's continue with the post-war arc. The best moment in this arc? Luffy returning to Marineford. Why? Because after all the chaos and loss during the war, Luffy, completely beaten and broken, manages to stand up and return to Marineford to honor his fallen brother, Ace. But it's not just about Ace, as Luffy also delivers a message to his crew that they will meet again in 2 years. But that wasn't his only message. He also sent a clear message that he'll keep moving forward, no matter how tough it gets. Now, we get to the Return to Saba Odi arc, where the Straw Hats reunite after training for 2 years. Although it's a short arc, there's one moment that truly stands out, the moment where we see that Kuma has been sitting by the Sunny for the entire 2 years that the crew had been away. So, after helping the crew escape Saba Odi, he stayed behind, guarding the Thousand Sunny against pirates and marines, ensuring it was safe for their return. So when we find out his true intentions and see him beaten and battered, still standing by the Sunny after all that time, it just makes this moment hit that much harder. Reaching the first island on their journey to the New World, we get to the Fishman Island arc, and this arc brought us a jaw-dropping moment. Luffy's Conqueror's Haki knocking out 50,000 fishmen. Yeah, you heard that right, 50,000. As the new Fishman pirates tried to intimidate the Straw Hats with their overwhelming numbers, Luffy stepped up and showed why he's not someone to mess with. So, with his Conqueror's Haki, half of their army was down for the count. This moment really showed both the Straw Hats and us viewers how much Luffy has grown in just 2 years. Alright, let's continue to the Punk Hazard arc, and what's the best moment here? Well, we have Aokiji showing up at the end of the arc just in time to save Smoker from Doflamingo. And of course, a personal favorite, the moment between Luffy and Law where they seal their alliance when Luffy straight up asked if Law would betray him, and Law immediately saying no. So, if that's your favorite moment from this arc, I wouldn't blame you. But no, none of these moments takes the win. The best moment from Punk Hazard is when Law breaks the gear of the new era by destroying the SAD production and slicing the entire island in half. That moment is an absolute game changer, because it proves just how serious Law is about standing up against Doflamingo and the Yonko Kaido. And this moment literally set the stage for everything to come in the series, so it's gotta be the best moment from Punk Hazard. Moving on to the Dressrosa arc, we're once again hit with an arc packed with iconic moments. From Luffy debuting Gear 4 to take on Doflamingo, to Usopp becoming a literal god after taking down Sugar and turning all the toys back into humans. But the absolute best moment in this arc? Luffy blocking Doflamingo's kick aimed to crush Law's head. With Law on the brink of death, Doflamingo is about to deliver the final blow when, out of nowhere, Luffy steps in and stops his kick. The clash of their conquerors' haki made it even more epic, adding to the sheer power of the moment. So once again, Luffy proves just how far he'll go to protect his friends. Leaving Dressrosa, we get to the Zou arc, and once again we've got a truly unforgettable moment. Raizo is safe. The Minks went through absolute hell to keep Raizo hidden from Jack and the Beast Pirates. They risked their lives and were even ready to die to protect him, which is just insane. So when Kinemon and the crew finally arrive on Zou and ask about Raizo, the Minks reveal that he's safe, completely shocking both the crew and even us viewers. This moment was truly just inspiring, showing the Minks' insane level of loyalty. Next up, we've got the Whole Cake Island arc, where Luffy and the crew have one goal: get Sanji back. So, what's the best moment here? Well, we've got to talk about the iconic Luffy vs. Sanji fight. Luffy tracks down Sanji and begs him to come back to the crew, but Sanji has no choice but to fight his former captain to protect Zeph. Despite how intense the fight gets, Luffy doesn't throw a single punch. Even after taking a brutal kick from Sanji that leaves him on the ground, Luffy gets back up and screams that he'll wait right there for Sanji, telling him he can't become Pirate King without him, leaving Sanji in tears. But as good as that moment is, there's one moment that tops it: Luffy respecting Katakuri. After their insane back-and-forth battle, Luffy finally manages to win. But before he leaves, he does something unexpected. He places his extra hat over Katakuri's face, covering his mouth. Why? Because he knows Katakuri doesn't want his family to see his true face. It's such a cool, heartfelt moment where both sides have nothing but mutual respect by the end. So hands down, the best moment of the arc. Before we get to the Wano Country arc, we have the Reverie arc. And even though it's a short one, it's packed with some insane moments. The biggest, most jaw-dropping one? The 5 elders bowing before Imu. Like, seriously? Who is Imu? This moment flips everything we thought we knew about the world government on its head. It's crazy because it shows that someone's been pulling the strings from way behind the scenes this whole time. It cranks up the mystery and danger of the One Piece world to a whole new level. Alright, we now have the Wano Country arc, and there are so many iconic moments here. One that might not come to mind right away, but is definitely one of the most legendary ones in the story: Roger laughing at the end of the world. During Oden's backstory, which is included in the Wano Country arc, we get to see his journey with both Whitebeard and Roger. Then, together with Roger and his crew, they finally reach the last island, where they uncover the secrets of Joy Boy and the history of the world. And Roger found this story hilarious, and because of that, he named the island Laugh Tale. But as iconic as that moment was, the best moment? Luffy's Gear 5 transformation, hands down. After being killed by Kaido, we hear the drums of liberation, and Luffy's heart starts beating in a new rhythm. This is when his Devil Fruit, the Hito Hito no Mi model Nika, awakens, unlocking Gear 5. And Luffy becomes a straight-up cartoon god, bending reality, fighting with pure creativity, and turning chaos into his ultimate weapon. This form is everything Luffy represents: freedom, unpredictability, and sheer willpower. So, it's gotta take the victory here. After finally defeating Kaido and liberating Wano, the crew heads to Egghead Island. And yeah, this arc is straight up packed with some of the craziest moments yet in the entire series. Like the moment Emmett releases a bit of Joy Boy's haki to help the Straw Hats and the Allies escape. And Joy Boy's small portion of haki was so powerful that Imu, all the way at Mariajoa, screamed and dropped to their knees. So this moment shows just how terrifying Joy Boy's power must have been. Alright, that moment was just insane. But the best moment, no question, Luffy standing in front of all 5 elders. This moment is absolutely one of the best moments in the entire series, because we've been waiting forever, literally 1,000 episodes, to see the 5 elders fully revealed, and now they're face to face with Luffy, the sun god himself. This isn't just about power, this is Luffy, the symbol of freedom, standing against the ultimate rulers of the world, although we know they're not, but still. And Luffy shows his confidence, ready to take them all on. After escaping Egghead Island, the crew make their way to the legendary island of giants, Elbaf. Although this arc has just started, we've already gotten an absolutely insane moment. Luffy meeting Loki. Loki, the accursed prince, is locked up for killing his own father to get his hands on a mysterious devil fruit. What's even crazier? He's calling himself the Sun God and claiming he's going to end the world. The dude just looks so menacing, but still, so cool as well. And I just can't wait to see him in action. And there you have it, all the best moments from every arc. But which moment is your favorite? Give me a comment down below. Thanks for watching, and watch this video next.